members who is going to talk today to us. He is Mr. Rama Subramaniam Bangaru. His academic qualifications are BSc Special in Mathematics, 1974, MSc Mathematics, 1976, from Madurai University. He is also professionally qualified as a banker, CAIIB qualification from Mumbai, and he was initially 1976 onwards a professor of maths, assistant professor of maths in Madurai College, and later he joined in 1977 in Bank of India. Retired VRS he took in as chief manager of Bank of India in 2008. 2002, 2003 posted one of the branches, Singapore branch, foreign branch as an IT in charge of the Bank of India. 2009, he passed CASA, that's audit related qualification, and took up systems audit as a freelancer. 2010-11, he was consultant in NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, Mumbai. And 2011 to 16, he was a consultant in IDBI Intech Limited, Mumbai. From 2017 onwards, dedicated working for the betterment of his daughter, Ms. Kamala, practicing RDA, that is the Relationship Development Interventions, since 2007 as a guide. I hope that his practical experience and knowledge will definitely be helpful to all of us. And we welcome again Mr. Ramasubramaniam for this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jairam. And to begin with, my salutation to Mr. Narayan sir, Mr. Ajit sir, and Mr. Rajiv sir to help me to give this session. So, shall I share my screen, Rajiv sir?
Yeah, please share the screen. Please share your screen.
Thank you. So before I start, we learned this RD practice from our RD consultant, Carol Subramani. In fact, we started this for about 13 years. I have been practicing this. During my service time, my wife was more, actively doing this. And last 3 years after my retirement, I am now actively doing it at home. Carol Subramani is our guide. In RDA parlor, she is known as our guide. And the name given below, Dr. Stephen E. Gutstein, PhD. He is Jagat Guru. He is the one who came up with this intervention method after about 30 years of research, handling hundreds of children. So he found it very useful. And now this in India, RDA has come. Most people came to know about RDA only from 2007 or 6 only. So since then, we have been quite good number of people are doing it. There are 5-6 RDA consultants in India. So my sincere thanks to these two great people. And again, this disclaimer is because I am a RDA parent. I'm not a consultant. I'm not a certified consultant. I am here only to share what I have understood about this RDA intervention and my experiences. And just people of India, people of our Nischinta. See, most of the people may not be knowing about this. So if they come to know about this, they may try this also for the betterment of their wards. See, as a parent of any ASD child, our dreams are this. The parent should be 100% independent. Her self-care should be 100%. Should not depend on anyone. And any reasonable employment means, yes, she is earning money for her needs. And it is another ambitious dream, marriage. The child should get married and live a happy life like anyone else. and the life should be a quality 1. These are all the reasonable goals. But this happens easily in the case of a neurotypical child. But in respect of an ASD child, it becomes a dream and it remains as a dream. Why? What Dr. Gustin says, am I audible, sir? Voice is okay?
Yes, audible. Yes, audible. Please
Thank
go.
you, sir. Thank you. See, the ASD means the problems are, only 2 problems are common. The neural integration within the brain, it has not developed completely. There is disconnection. And all these children, they don't have dynamic intelligence. We will come to know what dynamic is. Generally, we understand this as a cognitive skill, but he is specially naming it as dynamic intelligence. So we will come to know more about this in the coming slides. See, normally we divide the brain into 2 parts. One is the static part. The other one is dynamic part. See, the static part is capable of processing only only problems that have one right solution, only one right solution. Suppose you show him something, what is this color? The answer is white. Yes, it is static. What are you eating? I am eating food. There is only one answer for this. These things, these processors, they handle very easily. These processors are many inside the brain. Some is memory, some handle mathematics, some handle formula, some handle colors, some handle old photos, memories. So these things are there there are many processors like this in the static part. Suppose now I put a question like this. I want to go out. Yes, you may go out. I am a Bombay, typical Bombay. It's a rainy season now. Is it raining? Answer is yes. Yes, it is raining. So, how is the rain? Can I go out? Is that rain? If I go out, what do I need to protect myself? So, there are many answers to this. See, it's drizzling, handkerchief is enough. I'm able to take a decision. I'm able to assess the situation. See, this is the typical dynamic part of it. If it is heavily raining, I'll take an umbrella. If it is pouring, then better. I'll take a raincoat and gumboot, all these things. I cover myself. See, these are all. And then I have to go by public transport. The public transport is not there. So then I have to go. See, there are so many answers for this. So the dynamic part has to work well to get over this challenge. See, if you read here, routine things come under the static part. To deliberate, to decide what to do, to gossip, to entertain, to integrate memories and come to some conclusions. See, these things are done by the dynamic part. And he calls this, there is a CEO. So normally in the neurotypical brain, what is not possible by the static processors, they hand it over to the CEO. You tell me what to do. Then what this CEO does, it just refers internally whether it has got any previous experience or can refer to something else or integrate something earlier, now, related things and take a conclusion and then tell, yes, this is what I have to do. See, this type of decision is done by the CEO. So in any typical neuro child, this integration, this is called the neural integration. This is developing perfectly. So as the child grows, the neural integration also grows well and the child is successful in the life. But in the case of an ASD child, this integration is not happening. This integration is not happening. That is why they are not able to be, live in the world as capably as the neurotypical child. These things are known to you, the difference between an autistic child and a typical child, the milestones are delayed. And the communication is very static. I will cover only these two. The rest of the things are known to you. Unmodulated emotions. And here it is modulated. He knows when to cry, when to smile, and when to get excited, all these things. And there is isolation here. And he likes to socialize. And when there are too many options, this static child cannot, this ASD child cannot take a decision. And this child is capable because his integration is working well. So let me take about this multi-channel communication. See, one example is, suppose when we talk, it's not just words we use. We have different understanding. Typically, just for example, somebody says there is some progress card is there. Son is showing son is showing his progress card. He has scored very less mark in mathematics, and the father looks at it and he communicates. You have scored very high marks in maths. The mark scored is actually less, but what he says is you have scored very high marks. So the difference is in the prosody of the utterance, how the father communicates his feelings to the son. This type of communication is possible with a neurotypical kid. In the same way, suppose it happens in any typical metros. Husband is a salaried person. Every weekend they go for outing. The first Sunday, shall we go for outing? Yes. Then this go for outing gives a lot of messages to the wife. Yes, today is just a week from the salary day. He will take us to some film hall. We will have a good movie. And the second week, second Sunday, when he says, shall you go for outing this evening? And he knows it will not be a theater this time. It will be some hotel. And like this. And the fourth Sunday comes, last Sunday comes. Yes, I know. He is going to take us only to the beach. He will buy some small snacks here and there. And we will finish it off. This is what our outing is going to be this Sunday. See, the same sentence, the underlying meaning, how it is, and what is possible. This type of understanding, the inner meaning, the body language, the gestures, the facial expression. See, all these things mixed together. It's a multi-channel communication. This is not possible here. Static communication. I mean, they are autistic child. So now coming to job meta, point number 6, if you see, comfortable with the ASD child is comfortable with stereotype work. Whatever she's comfortable, she has understood, she's capable of doing, they will do. But when there is a mess, and when there is a challenge in the work they do, these people fail. But here, this fellow, he accepts the challenge and he goes ahead and gets his neural integration further developed. So let us see how practically we see these challenges come in the practical life of a child and how he becomes successful in life, leading a successful life. Now I am consciously not touching the part from the birth to 2.5 years, the preschool, pre-kindergarten period of the child. I will touch that later. See, 2.5 years, 3 years, the child is able to speak, play, understand. The mother is very ambitious. She first day. So at the first 2.5 years, 3 years, the child has been under the protection of the father and mother only. Well protected, well taken care of. First time, first day, the schools or kindergarten school is opening. The mother is taking the child and drops her in the school and turns back again, returns without looking back because she is also, she can also take that separation. First day, what happens in the kindergarten school? All the children cry for for the whole day. They will be only crying, because that's a challenge they face first time. During the first 2.5 years, they have been under protection of loving mother and father. Now, it's a strange environment, strange atmosphere. The teachers are not known. Some are looking tough, some are looking tall and hefty, and the children are all new. Everything is new there. This challenge to the children. But what happens? Second day also the mother goes. After 1 hour, first day initially it is very short. The mother goes, picks up the child and returns home. Next day also the child. Initially, no, you have to go to the school. The child is put in the school again. She picks up and drops her in the school. Second day, the child starts looking at the faces. Teacher, this teacher is kind to me. She gives me chocolate. And the children are also trying to know each other. Yeah, get to know each other. That atmosphere changes. The understanding of the child, yes, this is a new setup. I have to play with this children. I have to learn from these teachers. And when she sings a song, I have to sing along with her. This is called co-regulation. The child learns to co-regulate herself. So in this setup, slowly the challenges become friendly with her. And the child is getting to know a new world. Some neural integration is taking place during this 2.5 to 5, maybe 4 or 5 years. The child picks up so many things. It learns to adjust with people around. It learns to sing. And so many challenges during this period happen. Sometimes the mother doesn't go. All of a sudden, mother is not well. The father has to take the child and drop her in the school. It's a challenge. How can there be a change? Only mother was doing. Now today, father. It accepts that. At the same time, the evening, on time, on dot, the mother should go and pick up the child. Sometimes, for some reason, it got delayed. There's a shock to the child. It waits. All the children have gone. I am waiting here. And the child comes. And when the mother comes, oh, see the glee in the face of the child. The child joins the mother and go. See, these are all certain things the child learns to adapt, co-regulate, coordinate herself. And so this is how the initial life goes. Then that child is put in an elementary school. By and large, here the mother was going regularly. There was the father used to take the child in his car or scooter, regularly drop the child in the school, elementary school, and come back. Here also, by and large, the same thing happens. Now, school also over. Now the child has to go to high school. So in the high school, the whole atmosphere changes. The father, you have to travel by a public transport. Father doesn't have so much time, and mother has also other children to take care of. So now this child is grown reasonably well. So she says, you have to go to school by the public transport yourself. We will not drop you. First day, I will come and show you how to go. Child goes first time, the bus comes on time, and there is less crowd. The child, there are few more children along with the going along. Senior boys going along with the child to the same school. So the first day the journey was over. Second day the child returns. And 1 minute. Second day, what happened? The bus comes late. It is something a change, something the child has not faced so far. The bus is late means if the bus doesn't come, how can I go to school? Then these boys around say, the child refers to the boys around. So it understands. The boys are waiting. No, no, the bus, sometimes it comes like this. It never comes on time. So you have to wait and go. So this is another lesson to say. See, it references what other boys are doing. Accordingly, it learns that. Then what happens after a few days? All offices are open. The bus is crowded. The child finds it difficult to get in. Somehow it manages to get in. So what it learns is, so from next day onwards, before the bus stops, when it is, approaching the bus stop slowly, at that time also the boys are just leaping in and finding their places. Oh, I have to do this. So this just learning from the boys. Just refers to the society. That what I mean is it refers to what others are doing. Because these things are not taught in a school. It is not in any school curriculum. Challenges in practical life are learned by our referencing to the society, adjusting, adapting, and coordinating. So this is the point which I want to emphasize here. Sometimes, okay, this also, when even doing travel also, the ticket, getting the ticket from the conductor, these are all simple things, but it has got a lot of meaning. In Chennai and all, the conductor, they would not get up from the seat. The passenger will have to buy the ticket while boarding if the bus is free. Or you have to manage to get the ticket through someone standing in between. The boy learns to excuse himself, to adjust himself in a crowded bus, and to coordinate between passengers and the conductor to get travel ticket. So this sometimes it goes like this. And one day the bus breaks down. Another challenge. How to go? The boy looks at the other boy. The child looks at the other boy. Oh, I will have to either walk down to where? Back home or to school? See, these are all challenges. So she decides. If that is very important in the school, we will go to the school. If it is just ordinary day, we'll go back home. It depends on the distance. So many things it has to decide. So all these things it learns by itself by looking at friends and seniors. So many things. So once it has happened, see the challenge sometimes happens to one of my friends who were in colleges. They were very outstanding students. They prepared well for the examination, and both of them, okay, I will come to your home before going to the examination hall. I will join you. You'll go together. So the exam is at 2 o'clock, means they joined at 1 o'clock, and go together they went. And on the way, they saw his friends coming, returning from the college with some question papers. What is this? You are all returning? Yes, exam. Exam is over. I wrote well. They are showing a question paper. See, this is the shock. So what is the memory? The lesson learned here is you have to keep an eye on the exam schedule also. You should not be overconfident. See, this is a lesson. So this, they will ensure that this doesn't happen again. See, it's like this. These things he calls, the Dr. Gerson calls it as episodic memory or personal memory. These are all the things that help you when you get into challenges in future. Sometime later, these memories, these lessons, they come to your help. Now, I'll just, this is a school life. Let me come home and take some one of the activity in our own houses. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Let me finish one more. See, the boy after finishing the school, he takes a job. He grows, he becomes an adult. And after taking a job also, see, just another example, how challenges come and how he learns to meet the challenges. See, regularly he goes to office and comes back. One day, it is monsoon time, heavy rains. How to go? How to go to office? There is no public transport. You decide whether you go by scooter or car. Then you take a car. Scooter is also not okay. Car, on the way, there is a hip level water jam. So how to, you are going in a car, but you don't have any idea about the depth of the water logging. So you wait for some other car to whether how it goes. Some local car comes and he takes a particular path and he crosses the water logging. So he also looks at him and accordingly he also follows the same path and goes away. And while after crossing some time, some branch trees broken, it is blocking the way. So he gets down, removes it. That's sort of coordination. Then he proceeds further. So this is how that, the challenges he gets. There are bigger challenges in life. One is financial issues. You want to buy a flat, you got commitment from a bank that they will sanction the loan. You have tendered the application, they are processing it, and the officer assures you yes, your loan will be sanctioned. And when you have to paying the money to the builder, the bank says no, there is something lacking in your application. The loan is not sanctioned. How do you manage this? So this you all see. This is also a challenge, but you do how others did. The same way you also do. You beg, borrow something. You do, or you take pledge your loans. See, these are all challenges. How we learn to get over from our own society. Similarly, marriages, even that challenges are like this. Marriages, betrothal is over, marriage it is. This is happening nowadays. This is why I am saying all these things is these challenges help the neural integration to develop. That is the underlying point here. Every time you face a challenge and you get through it, successful or it's a failure, you adapt it, you learn a lesson, you create memories in the mind. So like this, your brain develops. The neural integration takes place. And the funny part is, what Dr. Gertsin says, this CEO, that for the neural integration chief, who is sitting there at the back, he is a lazy fellow. He doesn't grow automatically. Actually, the creation of God is that it upgrades automatically. As and when you face challenges, you solve problems and you proceed in your life, it gets automatically upgraded. But unless you give a stress to the brain, to the CEO, unless you put him under pressure, he never learns. See, if you see the life of any successful man, you will always see he might have come across so many challenges in his life. That is the underlying principle, what Dr. Gertsin, what I understand from this RDI intervention. So now I will take one more simple activity where some of the terminologies used, terms used in this RDI, I can explain. See, in our house, suddenly say there are some guests. We have to provide chapatis to them. So the mother sits here. The mother takes the role of baking the chapati, making the chapati. And then assume there are two daughters, A and B. Daughter A sits here and she prepares the dough, makes dough balls and flattens the dough, and chapati is making ready. And the one which is ready for making is kept on the one plate left to her. And what the mother does is, once the chapati is made and is ready for serving, the chapati is put in another plate. And she takes the chapati from the second plate and she has to serve it to these people who are eating these chapatis. Okay. Now, there has to be a perfect cooperation between collaboration. I will say the word collaboration among all these people. See, the rolling of chapati and the making of chapati both have to be in perfect sync. The mother does it fast, and this person is slow. The gas will be going waste. And if this rolling is fast and the oven is, mother is slow, then there will be too many, chapatis waiting to be made. So there has to be a co-regulation. This is called a co-regulation. This sister A, the daughter A, she has to adjust her speed to the need of the time, to the speed of to match the speed of the mother. And another point is, once she prepares, rolls a dough and flattens it, it has to be kept on the plate, which is comfortably closed, kept in a place which is close to the mother, wherefrom she can take it comfortably and put it on the pan. But if it is far away, the mother will have difficulty. So every time she has to turn and take, and it slows down the process also. The same way, when the sister comes, and once the rotis are served, and the empty plate is brought, it has to be kept close to the mother, so that once she prepares, makes up one chapati, she's comfortably she places it in the empty plate. If it is far away, then there is difficulty. So what this person does, besides adjusting to the speed of the mother, the sister A, the first sister, she ensures that the plates are always close by the mother. The chapati plate is kept so that the mother works comfortably. So now there is coordination, there is co-regulation, and there is a perfect collaboration. Okay, see, this is what is happening in our normal activity, and what is that mean the project is successful. This is what I want to highlight here. Now, let me go to, see, when the question when a neurotypical child is able to is capable of picking up all these needs, ASD child is unable to see. The ASD child is unable to do come up. That integration fails because of this.
सब देगा आपको पूरी जिंदा
Hello, the multi-channel communication has to, yes, it has to understand and develop, and the more of dynamic processes, the challenges the child has to undertake and do that. So, improve ability to face manageable challenges, solve and progress. See, this is what ASD child needs, and if we can provide this to this child, then the child will definitely improve. The child's skills will definitely improve, and the child will be more independent. So that is the whole idea behind the program. So this is what I said now. So the child has to learn in essence. So now I'm coming back to why did this ASD child miss this? We said that other children are able to take all these challenges and come up in life. Why? Where did this ASD child miss this, these capabilities? See, if I told you, I will come back to that period from 0 to 2.5, the pre-kindergarten, that period. During that period only, that what Dr. Gerson says, all the children, and that grows further, that version upgradation is taking place. As he says, the brain is just a hardware, and this neural integration is like your Windows or Android. It gets upgraded automatically. It doesn't need any download or upload. So the upgradation takes place when you put, as I said, more strain and challenges to that CEO. And this child somehow, it missed all these things, learning this from during the initial period of 2.5 years. That is why it is finding it difficult to pick up, cope with the pressures of the life, the rest of the life, rest of its life. So how does this child, it is really surprising. A child born 3 months, how can it learn from its mother? All it knows is only to cry and take food, sleep. But what this is the research work he has done. See, when the child is just 2 months, 2.5 months old, the vision is fixed. The child is, they are now able to see the mother's loving face, bright, smiling, that vibes, soothing vibes. All these things the child enjoys just once it starts seeing the world. At that time, what all parents do, I think invariably this happens in all houses. Peekaboo is a small game that play with the children of these small babies. Peekaboo is in Tamil, we call it Hannamuchi. I don't know the Malayalam equivalent of that word. But what the peekaboo is, the child just looks at the mother. What the mother does is, slowly she covers her face. This is a challenge to the child. And the child is so comfortable and happy seeing the mother's face. And all of a sudden the mother disappears. It's a shock to the child. Then what happens? After a few seconds, the mother slowly releases the face, opens her hand, and the face comes out. Yes, the face is again available to it. Oh, it is not that mother's face is always available to me. There is a challenge in this. I must learn to live with the time when my mother's face is not seen. It doesn't stop there. What happened? First time the mother covers his face with her hand. Then after a few days, she tries with a handkerchief. And the child tries to understand the face is not seen. But earlier it was covered by hand. Now it is covered by handkerchief. The child is even with whatever little effort it can take, it tries to pull the handkerchief. See. Then once the face is seen, the child is very happy. So this peekaboo still it goes further. Sometimes what happens? Instead of handkerchief, she covers her face in a towel. That time also the child it learns to understand that this is how it happens. Mother is again coming back. The face is seen again. Then all of a sudden what happens? The mother instead of covering her face, it covers the child's face. This is ultimately a different one. And what is this happening to me? I am not able to see anything. And slowly the mother opens her hand and makes the child see the world, see her face. Okay. See, this is the first thing the child learns to. I have to live in this world, accepting the challenges it comes. Whatever it is. Either I should win over or I should adapt. I should reconcile. It starts from the 4th, 5th, or 6th week of the birth of the child. After some time, how the complexity increases, you see. Now, the child is crawling. It's able to move around here and there. So the play, now it becomes hide and seek. Hide and seek, what mother does? First time when she hides very close to the child, somewhere near a cupboard or something. So the child can easily spot her. First time says, I'm not seeing. So the child slowly moves, looks here and there, then finds listens to the voice from somewhere nearby. Then she finds out the mother is happy, child is happy. There is an emotional connection. The child has a sense of achievement. See, this is how this sense of achievement helps the neural integration. That's what is happening here. Then second stage of the hide and seek, what happens? The mother this time, she goes and hides behind some screen, of course, within the vicinity of the child. From there, she gives a sound. My child, where are you? Now the mother is not visible anywhere, but the sound is only visible. Audible. The child hears. Then it makes out because it is nearby. It puts in some effort. Oh, the mother must be here. And so she opens the screen. Mother is standing there. Another sense of achievement. The child feels happy. Another challenge got over. So the child now, it moves. It co-regulates itself. Yes, if I sit in my one place, I cannot find my mother. I will have to move around and see my mother. Now coming to the third stage of the hide and seek. So there is some guest at this time. There is a third person in this house. What happens? She just wants to show that this happens in all houses. All mothers are happy about the children's skill, the kids' skill. So the third person is sitting on a sofa. The mother wants to see, I'm going to play hide and seek with the child. So what the mother does is, this time, she goes to some reasonably remote place, a little more challenging. The mother cannot be seen or heard. It's such a place, she hides herself. And now, mother is not seen. Where is mother? The third person says. Now the child is not able to hear the voice of the mother, nor any symptom, scream or anything. For it's a bit higher level challenge to the child. So now the child looks at the third person. The third person's body language says somehow the third person looks at the screen and somehow she understands from the body. It's called the referencing. The child refers to the third person, I mean the visitor of the house, and comes to know that this person is looking at this part of the screen. Something must be there. The child slowly crawls to the place and opens the screen. The mother is there. See the sense of achievement there. So every time something happens like this, the child's neural network, the CEO inside the child, he grows in his ability to handle. His cognitive skills are getting developed. Again, another simple example. Mother is feeding the child. When the mother feeds the child is placed on a table. This happens. And the mother holds a plate in her left hand, and with her hands, she takes one morsel of food and feeds it to the child. The child has to, when the mother's hand, it comes close to the mouth. At that time, the mother says, "Ah." Child opens the mouth, and the food is pushed inside the mouth. Close the mouth. See the language, the communication. This is dynamic communication. It's not that all the mother accepts is open your mouth. It's not verbal. It's non-verbal. Open your mouth. Child opens the mouth. Then once the child swallows the food, the child looks at the mother for having done something successful, and the mother is very happy about the achievement of the child. Both enjoy a happy emotional connection there. This is ultimately what is happening is the collaboration between mother and the child, father and the child. The initial, the 2.5 years of the child, that is the most stressful period for the CEO inside the child, and it helps the neural integration to take place. And as the child grows, these collaborations, adapting, co-regulation, the challenges, peekaboo challenges. This help is that says the child understands this is what my life is going to be. I have to learn to live like this. And if you see any successful person, once again I am saying that the success may not be 90% because of his academic excellence or the marks he scored in the school or anything. This is the art of living he learns from the society, from collaboration with all his mother, parents, siblings, friends, relatives, and the other members of the society. So this is what RDA ultimately preaches. See, parents are the primary guides. The child learns to live, learns that child life is full of challenges only from the parents, and the parents only can guide the child. So this is ultimately what I will come to the point next. So what RDA says is that there is no age limit for this neural integration. It grows unto the last. Every day we are learning, and for every day we are getting the version getting upgraded. There is no, it happens to all human beings. There is no difference in this. And parents are the mindful guides. And this RDA intervention, what he is 90% of the RDA participation is from only the father joins actively in the RDA activities. I'm a standing example. What they say is, immerse the child. If ASD child is there, what it missed, maybe because of some reason the ASD child missed all these things because the neural integration did not take place properly. There's so many reasons are there. It can happen. There are you know all these. All parents, we are all sitting on the same boat. You know the reasons why a child is ASD. There are so many reasons: pre-delivery, post-delivery, or some accidents. So many things are there. But whatever it is, The main reason for the child to become an ASD child is during this initial zero, I mean, from birth to initial 2.5 to 3 years, that whatever parental, that collaboration with parents, whatever it learns from them, that did not take place properly. It is because of the neural integration was not complete. Because some problem was there. But God's creation is so that this neural integration can happen anytime in life. So it's not that it didn't happen with it will never happen. It will happen. So you trust, you have faith. What he says, you put the child, you give him another chance to live that period from 0 to 2.5 years. You again treat them. Whatever the regulation, correlate, she missed, that you provide now. Slowly give the challenge and see that the dynamic processing capability of the child develops slowly. So this is what RDBA aims at. So now there's a slight comparison between what RDI method and other traditional methods. The traditional methods, most of you may be knowing, they are verbal. They just instruct the child, do this, do that, place it on this, keep it down. That is verbal. And RDI says, don't talk to the child. You don't make verbal communication. That is what you have been making all along. Let it learn non-verbal communications, the dynamic communication, multi-channel communication. Let it look at your eyes and learn. Let it look at your body language. Let it understand the procedure in your language. So you give an opportunity to the child to understand all these things. And these are all, other methods are instructive. They seek compliance. But here what he says is trigger it every time you talk to the child to do something. You ensure, not always, but it's possible. But you have to be very mindful, very alert about. When you talk to a child, see that what you tell the child, it triggers a thinking process. It should not be an instrumental communication. Just for example, you left some keys on the table. The key, you want the key back. You want the key to your, you want the key from the table. You want it for some purpose. So bring the key. Straight away it goes. The key is something. So how you have to communicate is, so first the child is there. You want the child to bring that key. So what you prepare is, oh, I want the key. I missed it. How to get? If someone gets me the key, I'll be happy. See, this is how then the child should know the father is in need of something. So this is how the communication. This is how we have learned to speak with our daughter also. So the child knows. And don't tell exactly the location of the key. It is right in the middle of the table. Bring it. No. So later thing, you tell her. She's not able to. Where is the key? It's not. Then you now the connection is been established. You have to make her think. So you just go near the table and you look at the key and pretend as if you were searching the key. I kept it somewhere here only. Then she will also look at it. Then she finds the key. Oh, here is the key. And now the same action which could have been accomplished by command, verbal instruction, see, I am ensuring that it triggers some thinking process, some participation. See, that is how RDA says you have to communicate with the children. And she says, less talk. The less you talk, better the development. Here there are special educators. This general, traditional methods, they have special educators and they will come for an hour or two, they'll charge you and then they will go away. See, they have their own life. They cannot work with the child for 24 hours into 7 into 365. But parents, we are there with our child. Whole life we are there. 24 into 7 into 365 into the whole life, into your life. So what you make use of your presence with the child. You know, you have understood your child better. You only can give a better education to your child. This is what RDA says. And finally, rest of the methods are sprint. Maybe you do for 2 years or 3 years, he says. And RDA is a marathon. It doesn't have any end. You run with the child. Keep running. On the way, you will get so many I mean, bonuses you will get, byproducts you get, but the success is marathon. It's far away. This is what Audi is. And he names whatever the activities you do with the child under RDI, he calls it a guided participation. And the guide is the father or mother who collaborates with the child during that activity. See, so what he says, until today, Tibetan Foundation. Great. See, with the consult, what the activity, normally the activity is, I mean, you can frame your, plan your activities and do that. Or if you want to have some assistance, that is where the consultants come. They help you. Most of the time, the consultants initially they guide you a lot. So they help you how to frame an activity and where do you have to insert the challenges and how to communicate and how to spotlight that. See, something like finding the key and you are appreciating. So where you have to spotlight the success of the activity. These things they guide you, and every activity, the intention is every activity should create an episodic memory in the mind of the child. That is the purpose of this activity, guided participation. And the more the episodic memories, the more the experience, the development, the abilities of the increases. And what we used to do is we do, some activities, we play them. We take video of the activities and we forward it to our consultant, and she will review it. Most of the time, 90% it will be okay, but some 10% there will be some error here and there. Maybe you would have stopped unnecessarily at some places, or where you could have taken an advantage, the opportunity and used it, you might have missed it. These things she will review, and she will tell you, yes, this is what you could have done here, this you have done well, this you can improve. Then next time another activity you do. So slowly we improve our communication, style of communication with the child, and the challenges we introduce, and the child comes up. I think the time is. The consultant is, as I said, it's Rajiv sir. Rajiv sir. Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, I have 3 video clippings.
Yeah, you can.
Each maybe 5 minutes each, 15 minutes, another 15 minutes. Okay, na?
I think it's okay. Yeah, interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll do. So first, see, I have 3 activities of we did with my, daughter. The first activity is just to see how we communicate. See, there is a interesting practice at home. Yes, right away, what normally we do is, come on, we sit, bring your notebook, bring the Suti box, come sit, we will sing. It normally it happens like that. But here it is not so. This is video clipping. Just watch it.
Sir, you will have to share the video. You have to stop this sharing and share the video.
1 minute, sir.
Because PPT and video are 2 different screens. You have to stop this sharing. On top, if you see, there is stop sharing, one red.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah, on the top part.
If I close the video, I'm on the communication. Stop sharing, huh?
Yeah, stop sharing you do, and then again do sharing of the video.
When the video comes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do a stop sharing now.
PPT is stop.
Yeah, and now you do sharing. Share screen.
Okay.
You do a share screen, and then it will show the video screen, and you share the video screen.
Video is. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No. Now again you have shared the PPT only. You have to share the video screen.
Oh, 1 minute.
Yeah. Stop sharing.
Stop sharing. I have to open the video.
No. Now you do start sharing, and then you will see the PPT and also the video. So video only you share, not the PPT.
1 minute, sir. Short sharing. And on the I don't see the video here.
No, in a start share, did you start the video from PPT?
I have to start it now first.
You start it from the PPT. You start. Don't share directly
Okay.
from the PPT. You start the video and then do a start sharing.
I do, sir. Just a minute. This is me, and this is the video.
And play the video, or yeah, and then you launch the video and then start sharing the video.
1 minute. Sir. Here it is.
Yeah.
I'm playing the video, sir.
Yeah. Now you share the video. Yes.
See, in this screen,
I think you may have to increase the volume of.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I have started the practice now. The song is going on, and one chat is kept ready for her. See, the invitation is taking place like this.
Yeah.
Now she is doing what I am doing.
The video volume control, if you have to increase, we can't hear anything, or it is non-verbal. Is it?
1 minute, sir. I will increase the volume.
Yeah.
It is full here.
Yeah. Okay.
I will increase the volume and play it again.
Yeah. Let it continue. Let it continue. Okay. Yeah.
The initial part is important. Is it okay? Sir, I am here. Is the PPT has come? Shared now?
Now you have to share the PPT again.
Yeah, I'm coming, sir.
Yeah.
The idea is, I don't know how it failed. The idea is,
Yeah.
initially, it's not that I call her straight and sit and start the practice. So I just start singing at low. So once I start singing, that invites somebody stopping. See that my having started the session, it invites her. So she comes and she participates in the class, and the class continues like that. See, this is more for the communication purpose. I showed this video. Now I am going to the second video where there is no communication. Purely it is silent. So even if the voice is not heard, please don't worry about it. Now I'm sharing the second video. See what I have to do.
You have to repeat the same process. Stop screen sharing, launch the video, and share the video.
Okay.
സ്പെഷ്യൽ ഒന്നുമില്ല. അന്നെന്താ സ്പെഷ്യല്? ഒന്നുമില്ല.
Stop share. Okay, now
Launch the video.
one minute. So now you see this, activity. This is just cutting, preparing the plantain flowers for the bhaji. All the color is removed. Hello, hello.
Yeah, you can speak.
See now, see in this screen also, you might observe two things. The mother and daughter, they don't talk with each other. They are silently doing the work. And how the, we call it kadlan in Tamil, that the center stem in the plantain flower, that is to be removed first, and the plantain leaf flowers have to be cut. So this is what they are doing in that. And you see, she's every time she does, she shows to the mother and say whether it's okay or not. And that is what is essential here. She and mother is okay. When she says okay, then she continues. And the last video, I'm telling you what is that. It is a 10 minutes video, but I will show it the second half of the one, where really we are trying to introduce a challenge. See what they are making as some masala for dosa. See in that masala, everything is kept ready, and she has to just cook the masala and take it out. But to prepare during that time, something we purposely kept it out. I think that is salt or turmeric powder. So then she remembers that. She finds where is that. Then mother doesn't immediately tell here. So she just hints. Then she picks up that as a salt and applies it to the item that is being cooked. Now let me show you the screen. Nothing is shared here. Okay. That video has not come yet. Just a minute, sir, please. Ah. See, I am just starting it from the second half only. So now observe here. Something is missing again. The whole communication is body language. No verbal instruction. Ah. That is referencing. Getting okay. Checking up with. Okay. Just a minute. So I showed you the main purpose of showing these video clippings. I think first two, it's only purely the highlighting the communication, how it takes place between the guide and the apprentice. Mother is guide and apprentice, daughter is apprentice. And the third one, See, we think that the challenge we introduce is, it's a big challenge to her. Sometimes it may turn out to be nothing. So then we will correct that. I have increased the complexity of the challenge a bit more. This is how we learn and go on improving the activity. So now coming to the end of it, how, see, we are still improving. What I think I should give a presentation on this RDA and what is that, what way I was benefited and why I am popularizing it. See, I will tell you, for about 13 years we have been doing this, but only during this lockdown, I came to know that yes, it has had, whatever we have done during the past 12 years, 13 years, it has had an effect on them. It's a good effect, reasonably good effect on them. So how did I come to know? I have a small story to tell you. March 16th, it was March 16th this year, my wife Hema's father passed away. So she had to visit Bangalore and return. And I had booked a ticket. So father passed away. She once attended the, 10th, as soon as he was and he returned. And then we were planning to go there for the 10th. So I had booked a ticket on March 22nd and return journey on March 29th. So we both went to the airport, we saw her off, say bye-bye, and then we returned home. And 23rd night, 24th, we come to know that the government has declared a lockout, no flights, no public transport, no train, no bus. And how is she going to return? She got held up in Bangalore. Of course, she was in her sister's house only. That was only comfort we had about safety. And here myself and my daughter alone left out. Normally, when a girl child is left alone, lady members, women members, they will understand the inherent issues in that. They understand more. Their concerns are more about this. So how are you going to manage, and how she is going to? I was also wondering, because until then we were doing a lot of prompting, reminding her, do this, do that. She was okay. She was doing her work all by herself only. But we were reminding her, do this, do that. Have you taken your bath? Have you brushed your teeth? Have you changed your dress? Have you washed your clothes? Have you taken your food? Have you washed these vessels? Something like that. We keep on, prodding her to do this and that, this and that. But now, all this time, mother was so worried and she was prodding. She has left. She was reminding her to do that. She has left and only I am left alone. And I was also not that concerned with the domestic, domestic activities. So now I have to take care of her also. And everything I have to do, I was getting all the 3 times. She never allowed me into the kitchen at all. Now I have to do the kitchen activity. I have to take care of the girl also. I was in another big challenge before me. But what happened? I first, how to handle her. The remaining I wanted to stop. Initial 2 days I observed, she was doing certain things herself. 25th of initial first week of our stay, she was taking her, brushing her teeth and changing her dresses and even putting clothes for in the washing machine. All she has observed her mother and she remembered everything. And she was doing what all her mother did. She was doing it, but at her own pace. The time consciousness is not there. So I had only problem is to remind her to take her medicines. Morning, wake her up once and takes one medicine was there, that homeopathy medicine. It has to be taken 4 times a day. And I myself forget that. But I have to remind her 4 times regularly without any failure. So what I felt, when the morning alarm can wake her up, listening to the alarm, she wakes normally. Why should not I do this? Then I had an old mobile with me. I gave it to her. I told her to use it as a tablet. So I set an alarm in that. Morning 8 o'clock on alarm. I titled the alarm as homeopathy medicine 1. First dose, second dose, third dose, fourth dose. And set the alarm and gave the mobile to her. It worked very well. See, this is called the scaffolding. In an RDA parlor, this is called the scaffolding. So where they need a support, that you have to provide to help them do it independently. Otherwise, you will have to keep supporting them. All along I was reminding her. Now, I tell you, all the 77, 80 days when her mother was not here until the lockdown was over, she was taking her medicine correctly on time. Once the alarm comes, she would get up, say, oh, it is dose 1 now, dose 2 now. She herself will count 1, 2, 3, 4. So she was doing that. The same way, counting numbers are very, the mention of number scarce. She doesn't like numbers. But we do yoga in the morning. She has to do yoga 10 times. But if I leave her 10 times, she won't, either she will keep on doing or she won't keep the. I have. Please, please. It will be over, sir. 5 minutes, please. So what? And what I did to help her keep the count, I gave her 10 seashells, small one. So every time you put one, you put it in the, take it out and put aside. So once all the 10 shells are out of the box, you have put it 10. So now the counting also to some extent through this scaffolding, she is able to do her. So I avoided where I have to stand by her and make her do some of the work she could do herself. So I understood that this, whatever we have done in the past has worked, and I will say 95% she was able to do her work, perfectly. And the metrics which Rajesh sir and Sunny Joseph, Rajiv sir and Sunny Joseph, they have designed, I am sure I will also come out with a perfect polygon after some time. So that is a good idea to measure the abilities of this guy. So this is where I have, this is all I had in my mind to share with you. And parents, we ultimately we are the guides to our children. We have to work with them, understand their capabilities, and see that they are independent as much as possible. And their dependence on someone else should come down to the least extent possible. This is my message, and we are trying to do that. And this is a marathon. We are all running. We have to run unto the last. Thank you, Rajiv sir. And this thing is over. Thank you very much. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, it was a pleasure for all of us to, listen to your experiences. So, any questions, please?
Sir,
Yeah.
Lakshmi, I'm from Madurai.
Welcome. I am also from Madurai only.
That is what I heard. Now I'm residing at Madurai. So my son is around 12 years old. Hello?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, we can hear. Please go ahead.
Sir, can we start now RDI for him for certain activities?
That is what he says. There is no age limit for growth of the neural integration.
Okay.
It develops throughout the life.
Okay.
You think that the child is born now. Start.
Okay. So how do I start it? Whom should I consult for guidance?
You have to see there is one website at Arias that slide group RDIOS.net, www.rdios.net.
Okay.
That net is all about this RDI, what is RDI is, how many countrywide.
Okay.
It is across the globe. It is practiced.
Okay.
Sir, you can post the website address in our family and society.
I will do.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
See, all details are available there. They will guide
Okay.
you.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Any other questions?
Sir, I'm Sheila from Mumbai. I want to ask, you had shown that video about teaching music. So, was it that a specific time was there for learning music, or you instantly, when you sit, your daughter comes and sits beside you?
Sorry, I'm not able to.
So can you repeat the question?
I am Sheila from Mumbai. I saw a video of teaching music to your daughter. Like you were with the music and your daughter came and joined you.
Yeah,
And then later your wife was teaching how to cut the plantain flower.
yeah, yeah.
So I want to know, it is like it's a scheduled activity that you sit for music, or when you sit for music, she instantly joins you, or how is it?
These
That
are a scheduled activity undertaken under the guidance of the consultant.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just guide you, and we have to do that, and they review the video. See, I saw one comment here that parents are guiding the children throughout the life. Yes, yes, we agree. But guiding a normal child and guiding an ISD child, there's a lot of difference, helping them to develop intelligence. We spend the need for that. I mean, have more than 100 countries, they have consultants. There are so many people are participating in this. There is something in this. Anyway, it is for you. I am only saying that yes, this is a good thing, intervention available. You may consider this, and you may make good use of this. This is my suggestion only.
Sir, any more questions?
Oh, here. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear Mr. Kumar.
Yeah. Sir, in some cases, this regression happens. So, what we can regression. Earlier they were doing activities. After some time, during some period, withdraw from that. In such cases, how we can revitalize that?
Sorry, sir, your voice is not audible. Maybe you can put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm putting it. Thank you.
Yeah, meanwhile, any other question? I think once put in chat. Meanwhile, any other question? Yeah.
Are you sharing the PPTs of this session?
We will anyway. This will be put in our YouTube channel. The whole talk will be available on the YouTube channel.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just a minute. We are waiting for. Yeah, I think Mr. Kumar has put the question here.
This regression happens, how can we revitalize them to do the activity they have been doing? Sir, Mr. Kumar, I mean, I have to use I have shared my experience. So, I know, understand the level of my daughter, and accordingly, I have done that. You will have to seek the, assistance of RDA consultants for this. See, when there is regression, how to reactivate them, bring them back to this normal. It's a good question, but they will be able to guide you better than me in this.
Yes, thank you.
You have me?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so any other questions? Yeah, if not, I think thank you very much, Mr. Ram Subramanian, for
thank you.
sharing your experience of practicing RDI with your daughter and with a real life example. I think that makes a lot of difference. Sharing the real life example and motivating other parents. I think we are all looking forward to your guidance when we all move to Nischinta village.
We
Yeah.
will work.
Yeah.
We will work.
Definitely.
Yes, you gave me a chance to share that something like this is there, and other parents, that's the intention.
Yeah,
And my
we are
intention is fulfilled. Thanks.
also requesting other parents to come forward and start sharing such experiences so that it will be useful to all of us here. So once again, thank you very much for the session, and thanks for everyone who have attended this session. So thank you very much. Now we have a session. Tomorrow is our family introduction. Tomorrow, Sunday, 4:30. I think so. See you all at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow evening. That is Sunday evening for the second set of family introductions. So thank you very much. Bye. Bye. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ramu Subramanian, sir.
Sir, how are you?
I am fine, even though late, but it's good. Good session.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a very interesting and very productive session. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In Tamil, we say, "Yam petra inbam pergai vayagam." Something good is available.
Yeah.
Those who want to avail, let them avail and take care.
Every experience is the best.
Kannambuchi Valayati is Kallam Boli, sir. Sir, Kannambuchi Valayati is Kallam Bolis in Malayalam. Kannambuchi Valayati is Kallan Bolis in Malayalam.
Don't worry, sir. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Excellent session, sir. Thank you once again. Yeah. Thanks.